Everyone, as you can obviously see from the title, I just purchased a brand new 2020 Shelby GT350R. A little bit of background to it. I enjoy the truck quite a bit. I use it a lot for pickup truck duties, fun, and whatnot. No intention of getting rid of it, but with the summer coming up now, I kind of been poking around the idea of getting a sports car, maybe something a little bit more modern. So I started looking at some of the new Mustangs. Originally started looking at a Performance Pack 2 car, looking at some pricing, seeing kind of what they're about, because I really wasn't too well versed on the modern S550 Mustangs like I was with some of the older ones. So started pricing them out a little bit, kind of seeing where they would fall. Sort of debated possibly maybe going to a GT350. But with all the craziness going on, I decided, all right, let's kind of maybe relax a little bit. I have a couple projects going on around the house. Nothing huge, nothing insane, but let's kind of see where everything is once all this craziness calms down. And then I started looking on like the Ford Authority website, and the following day, information started leaking out that this is going to be the last year of the Shelby GT350. So I'm like, well, if I'm going to look at a 350, I should really start kind of looking at one now. Much as I kind of wanted to wait a little bit, let's look, because some VIN decoder information has come out for 2021, and it looks like this is it. The Voodoo engine's gone. The only 5.2 they're going to have is going to be the GT500. So I started looking around, figuring out what options I wanted, and I started talking to some dealers and spoke to the dealer I bought this from, and I started to find out very quickly that GT350 allocations are not hard to come by, but GT350R allocations are very hard to come by. So I started kind of looking at local inventories. There's really not a lot of them around. They're pretty hard to find. And every dealer around here that has an allocation left, being this is kind of late in the game to be doing this, all of them wanted $5,000 over a sticker at minimum. And I told myself I'm not going over MSRP for one of these things if I buy one. I'm not playing these games with this MSRP stuff. Same thing with the truck. So if I can find one for MSRP, maybe I'll purchase one. So started doing some nationwide searches. Unfortunately, the Ford website doesn't let you really hunt too far, usually a 100-mile radius. So I started punching in all the major city zip codes, started looking around, and I found black's easy to find, blue's easy to find, white, and a bunch of other colors, but I wanted to go with race red. Not easy to find. I only found one in the country initially out in Seattle when I started kind of looking with all the options I wanted, because I figured, again, if I'm going to spend this much money, I'm going to get exactly what I want. As much as I'd like to be able to order one, things are kind of crazy right now. The factory as of right now is shut down. Some of the orders that were supposed to have been delivered already have been pushed back a few months, so who knows how this is going to play out. Even if I could order one, who knows if it would actually be fulfilled by the end of the year, depending on how much longer this goes on and how late Ford is willing to build these things, because I don't think they're going to necessarily halt 2021 production to fill 2020 allocations. And it's looking more and more like this car is done. So lo and behold, I came across one just by sheer luck out in Iowa. Now I'm in New Jersey, this car's in Iowa. I was looking over the specs on the car, I was looking at it on the Ford website, and it's the exact color I want, the exact spec I want, everything I want, and the dealer was asking MSRP. So I went a little bit of back and forth with him, just kind of some pictures, looking at everything, checking the important stuff like anything carbon fiber, like the wheels, and car looks beautiful, perfect, clean, good to go. So I was debating going out there, but it's a 17-hour drive, so he was pretty good about answering my questions, sending all the pictures I wanted, and the car looks absolutely beautiful. It's got 11 miles on it. Couldn't find any issues or problems as far as the car's condition. The car has now been, paperwork's been signed, the car's been paid for, and hopefully within the next about 2 weeks, it should arrive here. So this is, like I said, the last year of the GT350, and all the reviews I read about that car and the videos I've seen, everybody rants and raves that it's an amazing car to drive. Now, a lot of people have asked me, why not go with a 500? Main reason I didn't go with a 500, one, the dealer markets on those things are absolutely insane right now. Finding one at MSRP is nearly impossible. Everyone's asking $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 over MSRP. I've even seen some dealers asking as much as $80,000 over sticker price for their market adjustment. Absolutely ridiculous, absolutely insane, some of the pricing these things are seeing right now. On top of that, it's the first model year in the first generation, so not only is there likely going to be many improvements made to that car, there's probably going to be some bugs and issues to kind of work out as they start to get on the street. People kind of drive them here and there. So I know it's a lot faster, but that's fine. This is the last year of the GT350. Everyone rants and race. It's an amazing car to drive, even though it's not as fast. The transmission's amazing, the steering's amazing, suspension. It's just a fun car just to drive around it and enjoy the experience of actually driving it. So some of the people I've talked to that have actually driven both cars have said the GT500, as amazing as it is, you do feel that little bit of front heaviness to it, a little bit of understeer because it is a little bit heavy on the front end. And they say despite the unbelievable speed, after a while, it becomes a little bit boring to drive, not having the manual transmission to shift. Now, I know the DCT is faster. I'm not going to argue that at all. I know it makes that car significantly quicker, but if you're not racing, the enjoyment of shifting a manual transmission car is a lot of fun. And this being likely the last year, the car is likely to hold its value very, very well. Now, I'm not buying this car as an investment. I never recommend buying cars for investment purposes, especially brand new cars. But I think this car is likely to hold its value very well. If this ends up being the last Ford-branded Shelby with a manual transmission and a flat plane crank. So this car is very unique, and I like a lot of the aspects about this car. And I like actually some of the designs of this car better than the 500. So, I'll probably be keeping this car for a little bit of a longer duration than I have some of my other cars. Hopefully, I love this car as much as everyone says. I'm probably going to like it based on all the reviews I've seen. And then maybe down the road, if I want to get something a little bit crazier, maybe potentially I will get a 500, maybe way down the road, but we'll see. So, I want to see what the car is about. I want to do a lot of videos talking about the car, showing the car, just going over my driving impressions and things like that. Same way I've been doing videos on the Raptor. But I'm hoping the car arrives within about 2 weeks. It should be leaving this week from Iowa to come back to New Jersey. And we'll see how everything goes. So definitely keep an eye out for some of the upcoming videos that I'll have where I'll be showcasing the car and explaining about it, talking about the car. But I hope you've enjoyed all the content I've been doing on the channel so far. And I hope you'll keep coming back for more videos. So hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.